Yo, the raid part 2, holy shit. So we start off in the middle of this cornfield, right? Now we see the dude Andy getting dragged out there. Now, if you know from part 1, Andy is Rico's brother, who decided to stay in the criminal lifestyle, right? This dude by the name of Bejo gets him out there. He gives him this a speech about aggression and limitations and whatnot. Now you know the first movie, Andy used to work for Tama, right? But Tama ended up being dead as shit. The thing is, he worked for a higher organization, but a dude by the name of Bagun. Bangun, my bad. But Bejo thinks Bagun's times and days is over. You know what I'm saying? It's time for the younger generation to take over, blah, blah, blah. Bottom line is, he done deals Andy, done deal daddy shit. Now, last time we left Rico, he was leaving with W and this other dude by the name of Gabi or whatever. Dabu or whatever. He was one of his soldiers or whatever. He ends up getting caught up with this dude with the name of, we're going to call him the commish. You know what I'm saying? He works for the special forces or whatever like that. Bottom line is, they done deal W and they end up taking care of Dabu, you know what I'm saying? Getting his you know what I'm saying, special aid and help that he needs. Now, he wants Rico to go undercover and get into the Bagun group. He tries to refuse at first, but later on he accepts. The reason why he accepts is because he finds out Bejo was the one that killed his brother. So he's thinking to himself, how am I getting into the Bagun group? Well, Bagun has a son by the name of Uso who's currently in jail right now. So what they're going to do is they're going to have him go under a different name. So Rico's new name is going to be Yuta. So we're going to call him Yuta for the rest of the time. Yuta is going to get in the good graces of Uso so he can get closer to Bagun. So the first time you see Yuta in prison, he's in a bathroom, and it's about 15, 20 niggas trying to beat him up. Bottom line is he laying a smackdown niggas, but he gets beat up too. So afterwards, he's getting some food, you know what I'm saying? And Uso's been looking at him very carefully. He knows the situation, right? Turns out the people in jail that beat up Yuta was this group called Benny and the Boys. Now, Uso wants to give Yuta protection. The thing is, you know what I'm saying? Benny and the Boys are supposed to be working with him or whatever like that, but the thing is, Benny and the Boys ain't shit. So now they're in the yard, right? Benny and the Boys pull up on Yuta again, but this time it's like a whole gang war. Everything's going crazy. And it turns out Benny and the Boys end up turning on Uso. But throughout all the commotion and calamity, Yuta ends up saving Uso's life. And the commissioner's making sure his wife and kid was safe. By the way, his kid now is probably about 2-3 years old. He was only supposed to be in jail for a couple of months, you know, to infiltrate, whatever like that. Turns out he was in there for a whole 2 years. But he was finally free. Apparently Uso got out earlier than him, you know what I'm saying? And now he's going to take him to his father, Bagun. So he got the respect and all that. Now he's working for the clan. Now you got this guy by the name of Ada, who is like Bagun's right-hand man. His name is Ika, my bad. So basically he's about to take him on some missions. When he gets in his own private room, he turns the music up loud so he can make a phone call so he can talk to the commish. The commish wanted him to wear a wire when he got out, but bottom line is they checked him, so he's thinking to himself, yo, if I wore a wire, I'd have been dead as shit right now. Then he makes another phone call to his wife. He talks to her, gets to hear his son A in the background. Then it's like 7 in the morning, they go on this mission. They got to see this dude by the name of Topan. Now, Topan's this guy supposed to be making like pornography films and stuff like that, but the thing is, he owes an extra $5,000. Now, why does he owe this? He owes this to Uso, by the way, and the family. Turns out they know he's been doing extracurricular activities on the side, you know, selling cocaine and whatnot. But the thing is, he ain't got the extra $5,000 right now. Then it turns into all-out beef, you know what I'm saying? Udo over here murking niggas. They get him done, find the extra money, job well done. So Uso by himself was talking to his dad at this one point, you know, Baku or whatever like that. He wants to take on some more extra jobs or whatever like that because he's trying to set him up to be a boss. But his dad's like, you ain't ready for that, not yet. So you know Uso feeling some type of way. So Baku wants Yuta to watch after his son, you know what I'm saying? Because he trusts him and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So Uso and Yuta go to this like random karaoke bar with these random chicks or whatever like that. And then like Uso just wilds out on this one chick because she acted like she ain't scared of him or whatever like that. And he wants that intimidation, that fear factor, all that stuff. He gets frustrated, but Yuta's like, man, just let the girls go. So he let the girl go, whatever like that, and he's just frustrated at life. And then all of a sudden he gets a phone call. So while Uso leaves out the phone to take the phone call, Yuta plants something in his daggone wallet. I'm pretty sure it's some type of wire or something, you know what I'm saying? So we get to this random scene with this dude. It looked like a random homeless dude. We find out later his name is Koso. All of a sudden, you see this random group coming out the bar, and he starts chasing them down with a daggone machete. I'm like, what the heck? He's about to murk all these niggas, and that's exactly what he does. We found out later on he was doing all this to give his ex-wife child support money, whatever like that, so he could see his kid. But bottom line is she's still not letting him see him. And I guess basically he's been missing out of her life for like the last 15 years. Now, on one side, you got the Bagun clan. Then you got this dude by the name of Raza that works with Godo and the Godo company. Basically, all them niggas is like crooked cops in a whole nother organization. So I guess there's one scene where Uso is still not given more responsibilities by Bagun and his dad. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to keep peace, this, that, and the third. So I thought at one point, Kozo had murked off some of the Bakugan's guys or whatever like that. But it turns out that wasn't really the case. He just murked off some random niggas. I'm explaining that in a minute. So Uso's frustrated. He can't get no more responsibility. Yuta's trying to calm him down. He can't really calm him down like that. Uso ends up going to the spot. Turns out he's going to meet up with Bejo. I'm like, oh shit. So in this meeting, Bejo wanted to link up with Uso because he knows Bakugan is not going to listen to his ideals and whatnot. The thing is, Bejo wants some type of land, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, he can't really get the land through Bakugan because, you know what I'm saying, unless they get beef. Now, the clans have been at peacetime for at least like 10 years now. So the deal is, he's going to give Uso a better, even higher position of power. In exchange for that, he needs some land so he could distribute more stuff, whatever like that. But the thing is, it's not Japanese land, it's Chinese land or whatever like that. And this soil is a whole different thing. So Beijo ends up giving Uso a gift. Now, what kind of gift does he give him? He gives him like 5 of these dudes. Yeah, Benny and the boys. I'm like, how the heck did he get them out of jail? And he gives them a gift so he could take revenge and finish them off. I'm like, oh shit. So basically, Uso murks Benny and the boys. They're done deal, you know what I'm saying? And the whole time, Yuta was around the corner. You're like, oh shit. He did put a tracker device in his daggone wallet. Turns out it was actually a wire and he heard the whole conversation. I'm like, wow. So next thing we see is Kozo going into this bar, right? And he ends up talking with Uso. So you're like, what's the connection there? Turns out he's Bagan's like, best friend for over like 30 years. I'm like, oh shit. Both of them just talking, having drinks, you know what I'm saying, celebrating family. Then he says he'll be right back because he's about to go to the bathroom. Turns out everybody leaves out the bar except Kozo's in there. So you're like, wait a minute. All these dudes start running in. You're like, oh shit, it's a fucking ambush. Kozo's fighting off everybody, getting them done deal, and he ends up leaving out the back door, whatever like that. And he's pretty much tired at this point. And then here comes this dude named Zuzu. Now, Zuzu is Bijo's right-hand man. So you're like, oh, snap, this about to get serious. And then Uso comes out of the back door, letting them know, like, Uso set this whole thing up. So why would he have Bagan's oldest friend try to get killed? Because he's trying to start a war. Now, why is he trying to start a war? He's trying to force his father's hand by force. Yeah, so he can give him some property and whatnot. And Suzu finishes off Kozo, done deal. The thing is, Bagan doesn't know that Uso set the whole thing up. So he knows it's been beef on the streets, all this other stuff, right? So you got this meeting with Mr. Godo, Ryza, Bagan, and Uso all in the room at the same time. And a couple people for the police force, crooked niggas or whatever like that. And basically, Bagan's apologizing for everything. Basically, he doesn't want to go to war. It's been like 10 years of peace. This sets Uso the fuck off. Afterwards, he dips out the room and he makes a call to Beijo. And tells him basically take it by force. You're like, oh shit, it's about to go down. So you got this twin duo, these big motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? You got this dude with a metal bat. You got this girl that carries around hammers. And then you got Zuzu, you know what I'm saying? All these dudes are going to take out major players that rock with Bagan. And the punishment ensues. This chick with the hammers murks like entire people on this whole daggone train, giving niggas the business. The dude with the metal bat starts murking niggas. And this scene was crazy. He's got to murk these two important people from a distance. They're not even paying attention to him, right? They're like 10 feet apart or whatever like that. This dude takes a ball, smacks that shit with the bat, and mashes this motherfucker's head. I'm like, are you serious? Other dude tries to run away. He gets another ball, hits him with the bat, and the ball smacks his back. I'm like, you got to look at the distance that he's doing this at. And I'm like, perfect accuracy? Like, it's crazy. It didn't take long for Bagan to figure out what was going on. So he starts smacking around Uso or whatever like that. Man, you're destroying the family. What are you doing? And then Yuta's trying to take a cab, all of a sudden some niggas coming at him. So I'm like, wait a minute, who are these people that are coming at him? So he ends up fighting all these niggas off, you know what I'm saying, done dealing. And then he finds out it's the police that were coming at him. I'm like, wait, what? But really it's just crooked cops. And 9 times out of 10, they probably work for Ryza. He's making phone calls to the commission, and the commission don't know what the heck is going on. He's like, yo, we just trying to get everything straight. And he's just like, all right, man. So then we get back to Uso having this beef with Bagan, and all of a sudden, Beijo and his boys come through. We're like, oh, shit. So Ika's looking like, yo, what the heck is going on, yo? Then all of a sudden, Uso pulls out a gun and pops Bagan right in the head. Done deal dead as shit. His own dad. And then Yuta comes out of nowhere and sees the damage, you know what I'm saying? He goes straight at the Zuzu or whatever like that. He goes back and forth, you know what I'm saying? He ends up getting knocked out. Now, they end up taking him with him because Uso don't want nothing to happen or whatever like that, so they take him with him, you know what I'm saying? They about to get him in the car. Then comes the car scene. Because Yuta told Eda to get away before all the stuff started happening, right? Now, as they're leaving or whatever like that, Eda never left. He was still in the car, and now he started chasing these niggas down. The car scene was freaking crazy. Bottom line, Eda somehow ends up saving Yuta, and they end up driving off, right? And then they get to this point. Eda actually used to be a cop. He gets to being a crooked cop, but he was still a straight-laced cop nonetheless. I was like, what? Afterwards, Eda gets out the car, lays on this abandoned building, and you think to yourself, he's just laying there. I'm like, because he been hurt really bad. I'm thinking to myself, all right, he's done deal did his shit. As it turns out, that's exactly what happened. So now Yuta's on this mission. Now he's about to go over to the Beijo apartment and get business. So now Beijo's in this spot. He ends up meeting up with Ryza, and then Uso comes though. But Uso's in the bathroom, right? Now while he's in the bathroom, he's just washing off his hands or whatever like that. Then he starts checking through his wallet, and then he finds the wire that's in his wallet. He like, what the fuck? So he goes over to the table. He starts looking at Beijo and Riza, all types of funny or whatever like that, right? So while they all eating, Beijo's up dropping his cane. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, this guy's a cripple, you know what I'm saying? He walks around with a cane everywhere he goes, right? So while he's picking up his cane, Uso looks at his wrist and he sees this sign on him. And I'm like, yo, the same sign But the same dragon symbol is the dragon symbol that Benny and the boys used to wear. You're like, wait a minute. So now his suspicion's getting really turned up. So he's thinking to himself, as these niggas crooked, he's just gonna turn on his own peoples or whatever like that after he fed them to him, you know what I'm saying? After getting them out of jail. So his antennas is raised. Meanwhile, Yuta's in the building. He's murking everybody. And then he's about to fight the Hammer Girl and Metal Batman at the same time. And he ends up whipping both of their candy ass. And then he ends up going to the kitchen. And then you see Zuzu in the kitchen. We're like, oh shit. This, by far, the kitchen scene might be one of the greatest fights I've ever seen in my entire life. Hell of a battle. Bottom line, he ends up done dealing Zuzu. Yuta finally gets to the room where Beijo's at, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to run. He pulls out a shotgun, trying to shoot at him, whatever like that. Then Uzo gets a shotgun, but the thing is, he bangs off on Beijo, you know what I'm saying? He banged off Araza, first done deal deaded him, and then he bangs off on Beijo, and then what did he do? He pulls out the wire and drops it on him, indicating that he thinks that Beijo was the one that implanted the wire in his daggone wallet. I'm like, what? But then he turns his attention back to Yuta, who's hiding behind his couch, right? But the thing is, he's banging off, whatever like that, shotgun wears out, and then Yuta flips over the couch or whatever like that, slices his throat, and Uso's done deal daddy shit. I'm like, yo. In the last scene, he's going back down to the beginning of where the door is, and he got all these cops still lined up at the door. So you're like, what the heck is about to happen now? They're talking back and forth, but it's all this dialogue we can't hear, no subtitles, no nothing. Then he just says, nah, man, I'm done. And then just fades to black. That's the end of the movie. I was like, yo, what the fuck did I just see? The Raid Part 2 on Netflix. Check it out. Yes.